Well, right away we have two extremely good cards, Sword of Akaria and Stand Together. Stand Together is an extremely good combat trick that happens to be usable in a lot of different situations. It can be a little awkward overall, but it's a nuts card to play. I think playing that is probably going to be the best value that we can get out of any of these cards. The other cards under consideration here are Sword of Akaria and Serpent Trainer, both of which are very, very solid in draft. Serpent Trainer generates an exceptional amount of value. Sword of Akaria is good removal that also gives you a war cry. I think that Stand Together is just going to do more for us here. There's a chance that we won't be able to get a deck that works it, but with Awakened Student already in the second pack, that's not a bad deal. 2 cost 2/2 that synergizes with Stand Together. Oof. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay. Well, Beast Color's Amulet is here, which I would splash 3 colors for that card. Synchronized Strike and Elysian Stranger are both also options. Synchronized Strike is kind of nice because it helps you hide the fact that you have Stand Togethers, I guess. It's also just a very good value proposition. Like, if you can get both of those trades in, that's pretty nuts. It's not my favorite of these cards, but might be the best one. I mean, I think we're so firmly in green-yellow just from these two picks. This is going to be a nuts Combre pick, so I think maybe Sync Strike is right here. Okay, Xenon Guardian, Voice of the Speaker, Initiative of the Sands. All three of these cards are very, very strong. I think Xenon Guardian is the most interesting to me, although Initiative of the Sands has always been a card that really works well with acceleration. Like, this card is surprisingly strong in draft if you are running the 5 drops, Towering Terrazon. Predatory Carnosaur if you can get it. Pillar of Amar, I think it's called. Yeah, there was room for a splash, but Synchronized Strike was a good enough proposition anyways. Amber Acolyte, that allows us to splash pretty well. Argenport Soldier is also extremely fast, so I think we go with Argenport Soldier here. Good 2 drops are going to be really, really powerful if we have Stand Together and Synchronized Strike both. Armorsmith, don't care that much. Decay is okay removal. Dispel, okay, none of these cards are really exciting. I think Decay is probably the most exciting of the batch. I've seen people run Dispels, but I don't know if I approve. There's a way to get rid of flyers. I think I go with Decay. Another Argenport Soldier versus a Teleport, which is a very serious tempo play. I'd rather have 2 drops than a tempo card that doesn't have any card advantage associated. Slow is definitely tempo, and also a good way to get a look at my opponent's hand. I have no problems with taking slow here. Rebuke is tempo. This deck is very, very fast all of a sudden. Probably not fast enough for Spiked Helm, but what the heck. Okay. Now what are we looking at? We've got Minotaur Ambassador, which is actually okay in this deck, just because of Xenon Guardian. If you can get to that 8. Minotaur Ambassador is a better card to pick in draft if you can get Xenon Guardians and Valkyrie Aspirants, because both of those cards are just really, really solid. Alright, I think we'll take this. Crown Watch Longsword was also a solid choice there. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tinker Apprentice Inspire. Both those cards are really good. Inspire is probably the better one of the 2, just because it gets you the bonus and replaces itself, as opposed to just getting you the bonus and giving you a 1/1 on the board. They have very, very equivalent advantages, but they're both strong cards. Inspire should be good. Protect is okay here. Towering Terrazon is more exciting by far. That gets us a late game, and it's also just a very strong card to have in time. None of these cards are that exciting. We could take the Violent Gust in the event that we want to run some blue. That could be a potential splash. Nothing else here would be a potential splash, so I'll just toss that. Okay, here's a potential splash as well. I'm not taking two slows. I think I'll go with Decay here. Nothing else we're looking for. Looks like this is just about out of Cambrai. Civic Peacekeeper at 6 versus Water of Life. Yep, that's fine. Elysian Stranger is our potential fixer. Double Elysian Stranger. We shouldn't have any problem splashing a little bit of blue for Violent Gust now. Ornamental Daggers. And that's that. There's a Sanctuary Priest here which is shiny, and I have to say that's very tempting. But I think Brightmace Paladin is a much more exciting creature, and better for the sort of aggressive deck that we have going. We have very few late game plays, apart from... I guess we have more late game plays than I'm giving myself credit for, but yeah, that card is quite good, and good with Stand Together in particular. I love Lumen Shepherd. Do I love Lumen Shepherd enough to take it over Stalwart Shield? It's a value-ish card. It definitely gives you some nice ways to deal with aggro. I think Cambrai Stranger is actually way better, though. That card fixes for our strangers. It fixes for our colors. And also allows us to play better strangers. Not Tireless, but the yellow one that gives a +1/+1. Can't remember what it's called. Gilded Glaive is an extremely powerful weapon, and we have some ways to actually produce a ton of power, so this card is a really good finisher. I think I'd take that over another Argenport Soldier, although Argenport Soldiers are always nice. Towering Terrazon versus Unlock Potential. I'm going to go with Towering Terrazon here, just round out the curve. Recano Stranger is just a potential splash card, not really likely to be in there. But if it was, that would be for Magma Javelin. Yeah, I don't really care about that card. None of these cards are any good. I'd take Tireless Stranger, I guess. Minotaur Grunt. Okay, the pack hasn't run out of juice yet. Carnosaur Behemoth's in there. Tinker Apprentice is an okay add. Gives us a little bit of aggression. And another Argenport Soldier. 3 Argenport Soldiers, an Awakened Student, a Cambrai Stranger is most of the 2-drops we need. We can also run Minotaur Grunt. That's a pretty solid set. Elysian Pathfinder at 5. Pretty likely to get us some value. I don't know if it's good over Karmic Guardian, but Karmic Guardian's only working with Stand Together right now. I think Karmic Guardian's just too good in our colors not to take, and it's a way to get rid of flying creatures. Crownwatch Longsword is something you can put on Karmic Guardian. We have Ornamental Daggers as well for that. I actually like Valkyrie Aspirant a little bit better, just because we already have, like, Minotaur Ambassador. We have some attempts to make 8 here, which could be pretty good. Let's go ahead and put Aspirant in there. And we do have Glaive for Guardian, that's correct. Okay, Brightmace Paladin versus Towering Terrazon. Third Towering Terrazon is quite good, but I think Brightmace Paladin is more exciting. It'd be nice if we could get an Evo in one of these packs, but I think we're out of time for that. Civic Peacekeeper and Cambrai Banner. Civic Peacekeeper is really good with Minotaur Ambassador. We've already got 1, so I don't think we need 2. Let's just take the Cambrai Banner. Very good fixing for our colors. Another Inspire, that's not bad at all. Another Civic Peacekeeper. Another Slow, okay. Synchronized Strike. Arcano. Daggers, good times. So I don't know if I'm taking the slows here, especially since we have Inspire as another option. Inspire is a sort of a better proposition at 1, I think. Argent Soldier, Aspirant, both Paladins for sure. think I'd definitely take at least one Civic Peacekeeper. I'll take the Grunt. The Rebuke is a maybe. We'll put it in just to see how it looks. Combre Stranger comes in. That's 19 out of 45, and we haven't gotten to time yet. In time, we want both Terrazons, we want the Xenon Guardian, we want those Synchronized Strikes. Weapons we have. Oh, this is actually a smaller pool than I expected. Carnosaur Behemoth is quite good. I think there's no reason not to take that. And this is 18 power. Oh, but we've already got a Combre banner in here, so we could probably take one more card. What card would that be? Not Spiked Helm. Tireless Stranger's an option. Civic Peacekeeper's an option. Running 18 power, I'm actually not too unhappy with 2 Civic Peacekeepers. That is just a solid way to end games. But any type of early game would be good as well. Nomad Healer's not really it. I don't like slow enough. I thought that I did, but I think that it's just negative value in draft, and we didn't end up quite as fast as we wanted to be. Alright. So that is 17 power plus a banner, which makes 18. I think that's all good. So we should be able to lock up the board pretty hard with Civic Peacekeepers, and if we play a Minotaur Ambassador on top of it, just completely wipe the board, or, you know, mass stun, which should be great. More deck thinning is about the only thing that I wish this deck had gotten. It'd be kind of nice if it had like some Seek Powers or Roland's Favor or just anything that reduces the amount of Justice Sigils that I'm drawing and fixes power a little bit better. Amber Acolyte was another option there, but I think we took a much better card. Okay. This looks pretty good. We get to play Minotaur Grunt on 2, Awakened Student on 3, or Awakened Student on 2, and then play our third power, of course. And then Civic Peacekeeper eventually comes out, wins us the game. Yeah, I don't want to see both a 6 and a 7 in this hand, but that's okay. We'll live. Especially since we have Rebuke and Stand Together here. My opponent's also in Combre. That's probably good news for us. Our Combre cards are probably going to be better. We got a very good draft, so we'll see what he's playing. He's playing first, so he could have an Awakened Student before me. That would be kind of bad. What are you playing? Okay. I can wait to rebuke that for one turn. Although now I can't Warcry. All the same, I think that's the better play. Develops the student. We get attacked here and then we just rebuke. It's still a 1-4, which is pretty unfortunate because it trades pretty well with all of our stuff. If I attack here with a Synchronized Strike in hand, I could get a bad trade, but I could get a good one. Yeah, I think I'm pretty comfy with this no matter how it goes. The worst thing that happens is we lose our Awakened Student to a triple block. Or a double block. I think he's pretty aware of the risk of Synchronized Strike. Okay. Let's not Synchronized Strike there. That doesn't actually give us any advantage, so... Good deal. And now we just rebuke that. Okay. These Warcried ornamental daggers are extremely useful. I think I like just attacking here, since if he has like some sort of spell, we can do something neat with that. We can also hold onto the daggers for a little while. He has a lot more aggression than me. Oh, goodness gracious, Gilded Glaive. Okay. Well, that sucks. Oh, we didn't include our decay, did we? Why didn't we include our decay? No. Not much I can do here. Defend against attacks. Ugh. Rats. Snuck a flyer out there and got a Gilded Glaive on it. Also played like 2-3 rares? 3 rares, I think. Yeah, Gilded Glaive's an uncommon. Well, what was the card we weren't excited about? There was a card we weren't excited about, Civic Peacekeeper. I'm gonna swap that for a Decay. I actually really like Decay as a part of the deck. It's almost always gonna get something. Sometimes it's gonna be a very important thing to get. And our removal situation is limited. Okay, we got Argenport Soldier carrying daggers, maybe? Once again, our 6s and 7s are a little bit too early to the party. Looks like Iliac is disconnected here. He's back. Alright, we don't equip daggers here because we have Karmic Guardian, so should be a fine place to play. Ooh, goodness. I'm fine with this trade. Strangers can be dangerous. And we're going to be doing something real fun in just a second here. Alright, do we go full ham? I think we go full ham. Hope there's no removal in his hand. Might be an execute. I don't think we block. It does gain us health to block, but puts us at risk of execute. Fun stuff. Okay. Yep, 5-3. Good times. Fusion? I don't know. Valkyrie Aspirant with Gilded Glaive is actually kind of a neat clock. Even if nothing else in this hand works. Like, we could literally just put Valkyrie Aspirant down, put a Gilded Glaive on it, and maybe call it good for the day. Oh, but I can't play Gilded Glaive without 2 green. Alright, so this hand is much worse than I thought it was, but that's okay because we can Ornamental Daggers twice, and do the rush anyways. Doodle-ah. My opponent's in Combray colors as well, so he's not likely to have... Oh, okay. It's also in blue. Still not likely to have removal. Violent Gust is the thing that we have to worry about here. And this puts us outside of range of Violent Gust and is pretty horrifying. I like it. Let's do it. You're not in red or purple. I think that's pretty comfortable. We got Stand Together next turn, so unless he draws something that's like ridiculous removal. And he's currently just like digging through his deck frantically looking for something. So I think we're good. I don't even develop Xenon Guardian. I just hold on to Stand Together because I've got him on such a good clock. Oh, he put something on top of his deck. That's rare. I wonder if it's going to be helpful to him. Swing here. Nothing. What could he have put on top of his deck? What could he have put on top of his deck that would be good against Valkyrie Aspirant? I feel like it's got to be a large flyer. And if it's a large flyer, we're fine playing Xenon Guardian. But if there's an answer that I'm not thinking of, like Harsh Rule? But no, Harsh Rule wouldn't work because he's already got 4 power. So he needs the green influence, so he has to play a power. So it doesn't make sense for him to place it on top of his deck. And shush. Anything else? Like, he wouldn't have put... If it's an answer, it has to be a spell over 6, and I just don't think there is one. I think we're going to play Xenon Guardian here. So, we shouldn't have any problems. Okay, just a cheap Arachnodon, not a big deal. Okay, swing here. Get blocked. Could have double swung there. Wouldn't really have helped or hurt matters, I think. Draw, discard. We have very good control of this game. Praxis Displacer. What? Why did you discard Praxis Displacer? What? That was your answer. It wouldn't have worked, but that was the answer. All right. All right. Maybe, yeah, maybe I have definitely, when playing Herald Song, clicked on the card that I wanted the most because I wanted to play it and accidentally discarded it. It is an aspect of Herald Song that you kind of have to learn because it's just one of those things where you can't hurry it. All right. Inspire. Decay and Detain. I didn't run into anybody who was running like 6 combat tricks, but running like 6 combat tricks is definitely a good idea in draft. You should run as many combat tricks as you can. Did I rebuke that? I mean, it's a silence and it loses him the card. Combray Stranger fixes for me, though. I think this actually costs him in card advantage. I think there's a chance that he can get that through with a Levitate or something, so we might as well rebuke it. Maybe that's a bit premature. It was a bit premature. Alright. Oh, Arch Import Soldier here. I've got a Brightmace Paladin at 3 if we can just draw the power. Ooh, Order of the Spire. That is a fancy card to get. Like, as far as draft cards go, I think that one is tops. I don't know if I can stop that. I don't have any hard removal. Well, let's go nuts. We're gonna outpace this guy. He's stalling pretty hard, though. What can I do about that? Oh, that's bad. Alright, I need to offer him a trade because I can't win anyways. If he takes the trade, that's fine. If he doesn't, I get 8 health. Oh, he took it right to the face. Interesting. Another 8 here. Oh my god, he traded. Oh, thank goodness. Wait, you gotta retain? Oh, oh, so brutal. Okay. Well, you're dead in the water then. Not much we can do. He's got way too much defense on the board already. Just gonna take like a gajillion damage a turn here. Terrazon certainly helps. We can hold him off, provided he doesn't draw something new. Okay. Goodness. If I get 6, I get Minotaur Ambassador, then I have a 5/5 flyer, plus some chump blocks. Not gonna be ideal. Looks like he still hasn't drawn power, though. I'm trying to think if there's anything in my deck that can actually work here. Nothing I can think of. Kill that. Gotta do the chump blocks now. Oh, Civic Peacekeeper, you are my savior, provided that I can play you. And I can't play you right now, so life is hard. I think we play Civic Peacekeeper first, and then we Ambassador. Seems like the only way this is gonna work. Okay. We're almost there, kids. Let's see here. Gotta block that. Block that, I guess. That's just too much damage. Do we run our own silences? They're equivalently good to decay. I think we have two, right? Maybe not. Oh no, we don't have silence. Okay. We just have decay. I could run those slows. Let's try them out. I think our deck can get enough advantage in the late game that we can afford to lose a little bit in the early game with slow. Throw Tinker Apprentice out, and we'll give that a shot. Any hard removal, no Predator's Instinct. Valkyrie Aspirant. We'll start valuing silence more highly than decay as a result of that particular exchange. Alright, what you got? 2 Crown Watch Longswords, a Heavy Axe, a Guerrilla Fighter, and an Oni Quartermaster. Guess what's getting more expensive? Okay. So now we have the tempo. He has the Magma Javelin. Yeesh. Inspire here. Always draw first so you can see all your options. Fairly important. There's plenty of different ways to remove creatures. Do we exchange blows with that? We could wait until it gets a Crown Watch Longsword. But we can't wait until it gets 2 Crown Watch Longswords, so maybe we should? Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna play Carnosaur Behemoth on 7, so... Oh no... That's gonna have 2 Crown Watch Longswords and be doing 10 damage a turn. Okay, Minotaur Ambassador gets me a heavy Xenon Guardian that much faster, whereas Carnosaur Behemoth gets me a Carnosaur Behemoth that much faster. I think 5 stats versus 7 stats plus 3 stats. I think this is slightly better. Also increases my chance of drawing a flyer that I can block with. So I will take that. No reason to play that power. We can use it to activate Carnosaur Behemoth. Yeah, we're threatening lethal right here. Ooh. That was actually threatening enough to make him stop. So let's attack here. Cool. Got him. So 3-for-1 exchange. And we're pretty much out of the woods. Unless he has more weapons, which is certainly likely. Okay. Not too big a deal there. I played that power out so that I could Carnosaur Behemoth and Argenport this turn. And can attack here. Probably should. Yeah. Even though he's got 3 war cries, we're the aggressors here, so the more damage the better. If I rebuke that, I think I can just swing for close to lethal. Real close to lethal. He should have some very bad blocks here. Okay. Taking 7. I should have killed the Rakano Outlaw there. That was a mistake. But that thing still can't block, so odds are the Rakano Outlaw can't attack. And even if it can, it's probably not gonna. Block to not die. Excellent. Argent Bush. Now he has to play 2 blockers, and he can't block efficiently. Or he has to play a blocker, and if he doesn't, then he loses. Yeah, okay. Surprise? Sort of surprise. Overall, not bad. Okay, let's see if we can get this up to diamonds. Argentport into Gilded Glaive, but not really. Towering Terrazon at 5. Yeah, I can keep this. Good chance of getting Gilded Glaive going. The 5-drop is actually pretty likely with 3 in hand. And there's plenty of stuff in the middle that we can draw. I'm not uncomfortable with this. Sweet. My opponent is unfortunately in red and purple, so execute is a possibility. We might get it out of his hand early if we just keep up the aggression like this. Gilded Glaive on 4 looks most efficient. I am okay with you getting all of the war cries you could ever want. So at this point, yeah. Stuff like that is gonna happen. Okay, we've got the tempo. Significant board advantage. Execute does happen. And as predicted, it is a sad, sad day. This is still a 5-5 though. And this is a 6-5. And I hear 6-5s are pretty big. Another execute. Ooh, Champion of Chaos. That card is not dangerous yet, but gonna be dangerous soon. Swing in here. Alright. That was the kind of curve out we were looking for. Just disgusting. Argentport, Cambrai, Brightmace Paladin. Okay. Yeah, everything about this looks good. Cambrai even fixes for Karmic Guardian, which is really nice. And for Towering Terrazon. That was actually the reason why we snap-picked Cambrai Stranger, was because we knew that we had a Towering Terrazon, and double time influence is quite good. Argentport Soldier comes down. Brightmace Paladin is next. Brightmace Paladin is a pretty good target for Gilded Glaive, honestly. But we're in blue and purple, so maybe we want to wait. I don't know, we'll probably see some removal pretty early. Attack here, get blocked, or not. That would suggest Ravenous Thorn Beast if he doesn't block here. Not much I can do about Ravenous Thorn Beast, but okay. Jumped. As far as creatures go, gain 3 life, draw a card isn't actually all that bad. We're flying. Okay. 6 damage available. I think I played on Karmic Guardian here. And then do I stay put or attack in? I think we stay put. Could be some removal here. Could be a trick. That's not a bad trick. Honestly, I don't think we even block that. Could be a rapid shot. We don't want to risk ourselves on a rapid shot. We're just gonna swing in for our own lifesteal. You can trade all you like with me. Ah, curses. That is very good removal to have. Oh, and there's our stand together. Alright, inspire. Ooh, okay. Swing with both these guys. Let's see if we can get him to empty out his power so that we can stand together safely. Because we don't want to stand together and then have one of our Brightmace Paladins removed. We want to stand together in response to him removing. It's a tricky thing about stand together. Okay, there was absolutely no response there because he didn't have any blockers, but it was so fast that he actually doesn't have any fast spells either. So we stand together. Cool. Yeah, priority just snapped right back to us, so. Ooh, Stonescar Magus doesn't even do anything, just pops an Aegis. Lovely. Alright, that's a diamond chest. Let's get 2 more. Keep this up, we can get into Diamond Draft. Argenport Soldier. Yeah, you look good. Stand Together looks good too. I think I like this hand well enough. I think Towering Terrazons are actually good enough to keep in draft hands where you have 3 power, because the chance that you draw into them is well worth the value that they apply. Is it worth standing together once here, just for the tempo? It's a 4/3 Aegis. And we are a tempo deck. And he's a red-green deck of some kind. I don't know. I think the chance of giving both of my Terrazons stand together is actually just such good value. We can stay put. Okay, granite in all over the place. Interesting. Let's see what's in your hand. I don't know what happens when you double the cost of a charge hand flail. Is it worth doing? Doubling the X? 2X? I don't think it does anything, honestly. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Spell is played directly on Huru Envoy, you draw a card. Auric Bailiff will just be out of the picture if we put it on that. I think that's probably the best option we've got. Rebuke is also kind of nice. Yeah, but Auric Bailiff is just out, so... removes a card from the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it whiff like that before. Okay. No surprises there. And actually, we're pretty happy with that, because that means we get to play our Terrazons in peace. And they can't get Auric Bailiff, because Terrazon. Let's see if he's gonna, like, do a quintuple block. I will take that block, even though I want to stand together here. Okay. Getting a Brightmace Paladin under the stand together would be nice as well. Watchwing with the sword. Lovely. I think I'll do the greed play. Get the Awakened Student under the umbrella as well. The extra toughness, or the extra power, is only going to matter when it comes to the lifesteal on Brightmace. So that'll only matter when we're attacking next turn, as opposed to this turn. Okay. Unfortunate, but actually really good for us. Yeah, overall pretty good. So Rebuke is gone. We swing with everything here. Maybe we get a really nice block going. Perfect. And that is the game-winning swing, barring any unusual exceptions. Okay, a lot of extra power. That's going to help you get to your 10-cost Auric Bailiff. Cool. Yeah, you can do the greed in draft. The greed is better in draft. It depends on how much tempo your opponent actually has. But the clock that he had me on was very, very slim, so... And also we were already in a position of advantage, so we didn't need to do anything too crazy. Okay, once again we have stand together. I think every game we have stand together is a game we can win. And once again we have Towering Terrazon at 5 too, so that's good news. This sucks for Argenport Soldier, because he's definitely going to want to stand in front of Oni Ronin and just sort of block. Ooh, scary. Okay. It's gonna be a while before we can deal with that. Most I can do right now is put Ornamental Daggers on my guy and... Oh. priority was passed instantly back to me again, so we know he doesn't have a torch. Happily attack here and stand together to block the goodness. Yeah, this looks really good. That actually gets us a health swing back that we need, and it prevents what would be a fairly lethal swing against us. He held back. I think that's a fine decision, but it's actually not going to help him either way here. I am definitely the beatdown now, so he might actually want to hang back here and see if he can triple block my, or double block my Brightmace Paladin. How's it going, Magneto? What's going on tomorrow? Well, tomorrow is Friday, so I'll be streaming again at 7 PST. I don't know what deck we'll be running, but beyond that, the day after that is the Scion League again, and we think we'll be pretty good for it. Magus again. Wow, okay. Alright, that's crazy. I swing with both of these guys. That actually works about in my favor because, yeah, because he has to take less efficient blocks and kill the 4-3 as opposed to double blocking the 6-6, which would, you know, cause me to. Win the game. Okay. So now we're sitting on some very good cards, and he's got some very, very good cards in play. Civic Peacekeeper is an automatic play here. Minotaur Ambassador wins us the game. Provided that Civic Peacekeeper doesn't get killed. But you never know, he might. I stream at 7 PST. I'm thinking about starting streams earlier now. I moved it up from 8 PST a while ago. But it just sort of depends on what my schedule looks like. Okay, let's go with Minotaur Ambassador here. Cool. Oh goodness. Everything just crashed. Did our internet go? Weird. Chrome just crashed for no reason. Go ahead and check on that. I guess I need to reload the pop-out. Weird. Chrome just crashed for no reason. Okay. I also forgot what my Twitch settings are. Crazy. Okay, we got 3 diamond chests. What do we got inside? A foil subvert. Ooh, I like it. What else? Foil Gruin. Okay. Not exactly the shiny you want, but perhaps the shiny you need. No, not even the shiny you need. Felon Banner, yay! I'm actually super happy to get shiny banners because shiny banners go in everything. Of course, all of this is going to be gone like by the end of the month probably, but you never know. Augmented Form, Kick Butt, Harsh Rule, Double Kick Butt, and no shinies here. Grasping at Shadows. Okay. Not bad at all. Unit 7,221, and we earned back our draft money. That's what's important.